Hi guys, happy Wednesday. It is a little past 4:30. I had quite a start of technical difficulties, including that past little snippet you saw. I saw 3 people tuned in, so sorry about that, and thank you so much for tuning into this video. Today I wanted to do something a little bit different. I've done a lot of transactions since this time last year, and I've worked with so many different professionals in the industry, and I find that there is such a low entry to barrier to the real estate industry. You literally have to take a 60-hour course and then you are licensed to help someone with one of the most biggest investments of their lifetime. And that can be okay if you have a team of professionals behind you and you get all the education and experience you need. But just so you know, the average real estate agent sells 4 homes a year. That's 1 house a season. And I just don't know. Amen to that low entry to barrier point. Absolutely, Kate. Thanks for tuning in. Let me know what you think. But yes, so I really wanted to give you some points because I definitely understand, and I've dealt with it a couple of times over the past couple of months where I can't be someone's top choice for a real estate agent because they have a family friend that they have to use, or their brother-in-law is a real estate agent, or their godmother, or their next door neighbor. And that is totally okay. But one thing that I do provide is a list of questions that you should be asking that professional to make sure that they're really giving you the best experience that you need to sell your home. It's such a big investment, and you really want to be asking the right questions, not just hiring the first person that comes to mind. So without further ado, I wanted to provide you my list of questions so that you guys can really make the best decisions possible. And what I love about this is a great list no matter if you are in Maryland and we can help you personally, or if you are over in California or down in Florida or any other state. So I really want to provide you. Let me know if you have any questions, post below, and here we go. So my first one is, and these are the 5 points, I have more, but these are my top 5. Number 1, is your realtor a full-time or part-time agent? And I want to mention this because, as I said before, the average real estate agent, and there are over 35,000 licensed real estate agents in the state of Maryland, the average agent only sells 4 houses a year. And as I said, this is 1 a quarter. And I would think about this in reference to other professionals that you work with, like your general care doctor or a lawyer that you may go to if you have a traffic ticket or something serious happens. Do they only work with 4 or 5 clients a year, or are they working with a lot of people regularly and are constantly staying updated on what the market is doing? Because I mean, even me, if I only did 4 properties a year, I would be worried about my level of experience and knowledge of the market and industry. So that's my first one. And also another point, if you're working with a part-time agent, be sure that they are giving you points of how available they're going to be for you. Because if they have a full-time job, or maybe even more than a full-time job, a 60-hour job, are they going to be available for something major that comes up in your transaction that needs to be dealt with right away? So again, these are not good things or bad things. These are just talking points that you want to make sure you're considering before hiring your professional. Number 2, and I kind of started into this one, does your realtor know your area? Prime example is the listing I just had over in Glen Burnie that we got under contract in 2 days. This listing was in an area where values were not over $110,000 for that type of house. And because of the updates, we only listed it around $95,000. And even though I'm up in Harford County and my general areas are Baltimore County, Baltimore City, and Harford County, I spent hours and hours reviewing comps and statistics and going through the neighborhood and making sure that I completely understood what was happening over in that Glen Burnie subdivision so that I could best help that seller. And that is so important, because if I had gone in there purely with the idea of Glen Burnie as a general zip code or 2 zip codes, I would have totally misguided them and told them they could get some astronomical number that does not compare to what their house is right there. So just one example and something else to think about. Does your realtor know your area, and are they going through not only what has sold recently, but what is currently active, what is currently pending or under contract, and what has withdrawn or what didn't sell, or general market trends. I met with a seller a couple weeks ago, and we found out that home prices are actually declining in his neighborhood. So he may want to hang on to that, rent it a little bit longer, and try to relist in another year or two as the market improves. So just some conversational points. Again, nothing good or bad, just things that you want to make sure you're considering when you're hiring your real estate professional. Okay, number 3, does your realtor have a home desirability and marketing strategy for your home? I could make 15 videos on this one point, and I probably will at some time or another. But 1, 2, and 3, pictures, styling and staging, painting, and updating, huge factors, and I think they contribute to home desirability. So number 1, is your real estate professional going to hire a licensed photographer, or not licensed, but hire an actual photographer to take pictures of your home? Camera phones are just not doing it anymore, and I can give so many reasons why, but really, why wouldn't you spend, or why wouldn't you have your real estate agent spend about $100 to $150 to photograph your entire home, make it look absolutely beautiful so that buyers really want to look at that and scan through pictures as they're seeing it on different social media and home browsing websites? And that's so important, and I'll probably do a whole video based on that, but make sure they're taking professional photos for you. They're not that expensive, and they make such a huge impact if they're only doing that and listing it on the MLS. So second thing, of course, styling, staging, and updating. Make sure they're asking you things about the layout of your furniture and how things are going. You don't want someone basically to just come in your home, tell you what price they can list it at, snap a couple photos, and leave. You want to make sure that they're talking to you about what's going on in your home already. Do you need to repaint a bedroom? Do you need to put up an inexpensive backsplash in your kitchen? Do you need to just declutter a little bit? So these are all just conversation points and things that you want to watch out for and make sure your realtor is having with you. And then the other thing with that is marketing strategy. This is huge, and I will say we are in a seller's market here, so you can literally put a house on the MLS with great pictures, and there's a good chance if it's priced right, it'll go very, very quickly and get under contract with not too much effort. But this is not always the case, and it's really important to make sure that your realtor has a good plan. Do they have a big presence on social media, and do they have relationships with other real estate agents who are going to see those posts as soon as they post the home on their social media links? Are they going to do things that are past just putting it on the MLS and having it syndicate out to Zillow.com and Trulia and Realtor.com and those websites? You want to make sure that they have a plan for those things and a plan to really watch and make sure that they're marketing your home to the best way possible. Like, for example, you may want to market a townhouse in Abingdon a little bit differently than a single family home in Jarrettsville. And if you have questions about that, ask us, because we can absolutely answer those. Amen. Pictures are everything. Jennifer, you're awesome. So that's super, super important. Make sure that they have a marketing strategy that's specified for your home. Like, for example, in Abingdon for a townhouse, I may do more marketing strategies and ad campaigns for first-time home buyers and maybe even some renters. Whereas that big single family, maybe higher dollar property in Jarrettsville, I'm going to be marketing to a different population, maybe different employment companies locally and things like that. So it does change, and you really want to make sure that those conversations are being had. All right, so that was number 3. Number 4, how does your realtor plan on communicating with you as well as other people in the transaction? This is huge. Communication is huge. When I talk to people about their past experiences with real estate agents, whether they're shopping for a new realtor or they've already had the transaction, the biggest complaint that I hear is lack of communication. My realtor listed my home for sale and I never heard from him again until I decided to take the house off the market because it didn't sell. And I'm sure every other real estate agent who may listen to this will be like, amen, because we hear it all of the time. So make sure you're setting up and listening and make sure that your real estate agent is telling you about their follow-up plan with you from the very get-go. Like, for example, if you hired us, we would be following up with you weekly with statistics of how your home is doing on Zillow.com, Trulia.com, how many views it's getting. We would be showing you statistics of how many views it's getting with our ad campaigns. We would tell you how many people are coming through the open house and what their feedback is. We would be making sure that each buyer agent setting up showings for that home is giving us feedback, or as much as we can request from them, and that we're sending that to you very time sensitively. So we can find out things like maybe the buyer's agents think we're slightly overpriced, or maybe there is a pet odor in the house that wasn't there before, and oh my gosh, we need to fix that because that's definitely affecting buyers' opinion as they walk through the house. So it's really important to make sure that your real estate agent is communicating with you, but not only while your home is listed for sale, also when you're under contract. There are so many different professionals involved in this transaction. There's not only your real estate agent, but there's a mortgage lender for the buyer who's coming in on the other side. There's the buyer agent who's supposed to be doing all of the things on their side, but you never know. So you just have to plan and follow up with everyone on a weekly basis. So you want to hear those things from your real estate agent, and you want to make sure they're educating you on how they're going to be keeping up with everyone. My job is literally project manager of the real estate process and transaction. So I would hope that you would be asking me on how that's happening and how I do my job. So that's really that one. Number 5, last point. Does your realtor have any, reviews. In today's age, it's really hard to look up someone and not find out information. So even if you're using your brother-in-law for an agent, or your godmother, or someone that was referred to you, go online, type in their name, type in their property website, and look at their reviews. What are past clients saying about them? If there's nothing, are they willing to give you the name of a past client that might be willing to speak to you about the experience? These are not necessarily things that you absolutely have to do, but just really, really good ideas because you're dealing with one of the biggest investments of your lifetime. So you want to make sure you're doing the research. Like, for example, I'm planning a wedding right now, and I looked at 25 reviews on my venue. I also looked at 5 reviews from my photographer, and I got specific people for wedding dress shopping and all that stuff. So why wouldn't I do the same thing with the real estate agent I hire to sell my house? So, and again, I would sell my own house, but still, yeah. So make sure that you're looking at reviews and asking for that information. Like if you type in Homes with Julia, one of the first things that pops up on Google is going to be my Facebook page with like 18 or 19 reviews that you can read about first-time home buyers' experiences and sellers' experiences and things like that. Or if you type in Zillow, I already have 8 reviews there. So you can't always get every client to leave you reviews, but you at least have enough for some substance. So if you're dealing with someone who has years and years and years of experience, there better be years and years and years of reviews. So just another point, let's see here, I haven't really looked at any comments recently, but yeah, so that's really it. I just wanted to make sure that you guys are really having the best experience because we really do care about you. I know that I can't help everyone buy or sell a house. I know that we're located in Harford County and we know a lot about Harford and Baltimore County and Baltimore City and a little bit about surrounding counties, but I really hope that you would reach out and ask me if you have any questions about anything. I'm always happy to help, whether it's what renovation will help increase my home's value the most, or I'm thinking about doing this, does it make sense for my area? I'm more than happy to spend a couple minutes with you on the phone or look at some statistics, even if it's not gonna sell your house right now. That's not what it's about. I'm in this really to help people, which is why I'm giving you a list of how to help you hire other real estate professionals. So here's this information for you. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope all of you are having an awesome day. I know it's been super warm, and just know Chris and I are here for you anytime you ever need anything, whether you're watching this video right now or sometime in the future, because we'll leave it on our wall. But I've taken up so much of your time, a lot of your time, so I'm gonna go and again, have a wonderful day, guys. Bye.